that they were lucky to walk away with the win in set 2. He would like them to be a little more disciplined with their contacts, though, guys. Felt like it was starting to fall apart towards the end of that second set.
And Penn State fans will recall the 2009 national championship when they were down 2-0 and rallied to win it in 5. They will try and prevent the Badgers from doing the same, as Wisconsin will have to come from behind to win its first national championship. They are the 12 seed, seeking to become the lowest seed to ever win it. Joust at the net, and it will fall on the Badgers' side as we check out our match summary. Hancock, 29 assists, 9 digs, just the 1 ace. Penn State out hitting Wisconsin. Carlini's numbers, 21 assists, 4 digs. Scott and Slay leading the way for Penn State in kills. Thompson and Morales for the Badgers. And a net violation on Penn State, point Badgers. They have shown that fighting spirit all year long, has Wisconsin. They have played with the best, Karch, and have more than held their own, with the one exception, and that's the team on the other side of the net that has beaten them twice and now is up 2-0. They haven't dropped a set to Wisconsin all year.
That's why that last set was so huge. Wisconsin, if they had been able to close it out, they finally get that belief, like, we can get one set. If we know we can get 1, we can get 3. They still have to prove to themselves that they can take a set and beat this team to 25 points.
Point for Penn State, up 3-2, and now Micah Hancock. We've been racking up the points on her serve throughout this tournament. Semis and finals, after she didn't serve it as well in the early stages.
Ooh. That was Carlini's worst set of this match. Got her feet there pretty early, but mistimed it. And she's going to need to locate her hitters, especially a 5'7" left side hitter, Morales. That's who she was aiming for. Need to get back to her good location.
Hancock, long, point Badgers. So she gets him a point and then gives one back. This has been the most effective server tonight for Wisconsin. It's Courtney Thomas.
And she's one of those servers who missed late after creating a point scoring opportunity in the last set.
Thompson gets the kill, point Badgers. Courtney, the pass to Hancock, the back set to Deja McClendon into the net. As Deja continues to struggle tonight.
Maybe a little bit of nerve setting in. That was McClendon's worst swing into the net. Almost went under the net, almost hit her own player as she was trying to hit such a sharp angle.
Bad pass there from Courtney, and that will give the Badgers a free ball. Back set, Thompson, got it. Good look from Carlini.
And Thomas having success serving Megan Courtney down here. I'm still baffled as to why they changed late in that set. She got her in trouble once and then served cross court into the net. Let's see, now Penn State's trying to cover up for Megan Courtney down the line, but they still get it in her zone.
Through the block for Ariel Scott after Thomas had won 4 of their 5 points on her serve for the Badgers. And now it's McClendon. Through the block, that slide.
And one of the beauties of this is it doesn't go very high over the tape, and it doesn't give blockers a lot of time to set up. They have to take a shorter, quicker jump, and they don't get up as high, don't get their hands across the net as far.
They try to serve at Courtney again, but Gonzalez helps her out, and then Scott gets the kill. As Penn State sneaks the libero over to help out on the pass. And now here she is to serve. Carlini looking for Thompson. They continue to work that right side. Point Badgers.
Yeah, and they're going to it whether Penn State sends one blocker or two blockers. They've got a lot of confidence in that. And Carlini is locating that ball better. So she's going with what's more comfortable right now, too.
13 kills for Thompson. Hancock looks for Scott. That's 14 kills for Ariel tonight.
Yeah, with only one error on all of those kills, Wisconsin just not coming up with any answer for Ariel Scott.
Carlini out to Chapman. Hancock to Courtney, stuffed. Point Badgers as Carlini goes back behind the service line. Can a freshman lead the comeback? Only 3 other freshmen in history have guided their teams to a national championship. In over 3 decades of this tournament. And Courtney gets some help from Grant.
That is a higher set. See how long it's in the air. So now Megan Courtney, number 17 for Penn State, can get her hands way across the net into Wisconsin airspace.
Substitution coming on to serve for Penn State. Kendall Pierce, her first appearance in the match. Point Penn State. Out of Eden, New York. Carlini behind her. Covered by the Nittany Lions. Carlini again at the net. She'll push it out to Chapman. Looking at Deja McClendon, and it's rejected.
Wisconsin's definitely shored up its right side blocking. This time Thomas making a nice move to stuff Deja McClendon, who came out on such fire 2 days ago. Her whole team hitting above 500 for almost the whole match against a very strong opponent in Washington.
Hancock on to Carlini sliding in there. Thompson just missed it long. Point Penn State.
Not a great choice by Hancock to put the ball over so softly. A good defense should come up with that, and Wisconsin did, but they couldn't take advantage of the opportunity.
Mia Grant to serve. Katie Slay rotates back in up front now at 6'6". Hancock chicken wings at McClendon. Asia misses that one wide.
It's like both teams had a little too much time to think about it during the intermission. Very uncharacteristic errors. Some easy plays. Some poorly located sets. That pass goes too close. That was an easy serve for Gonzalez. She just couldn't control it.
You know, after that play, Deja McClendon hitting it out, Russ Rose telling her, you don't play like that. That's not your game. Like he said, very uncharacteristic, but he's trying to get his player right back in it at this point, guys.
They'll go to Slay here instead, and Carlini the back set to Thomas with the tip. Oh, what a diving get by Lacey Fuller.
Love that hustle.
Carlini out to Morales. Looking to Slay. Carlini to Thompson, stuffed. And it's a point for Penn State. Lacey Fuller has made a couple of huge defensive plays tonight.
And Coach Rose said she was huge last Saturday in the regional finals. Watch her laying it out to get that ball up in the air. Slay with the near stuff, and then confusion on the Wisconsin side. By now, they should know who's going to play that ball. It's the end of the season, not the preseason in August.
Service error for Hancock. 13 combined errors for the teams in this second set. As you referenced, Karch, the intermission not doing either side any good.
It's making for some drama, that's for sure. But I don't know if it's the best played kind of drama.
Scott off the fingertips. Badgers on the move. Morales got it.
That was really located well by Lauren Carlini. You could see how often she's going behind, but she wants to keep the other hitters involved in her offense. Gets Morales in for the kill.
Hancock looking to Scott, and that stuff, that was Carlini that got up there.
Here's that last set by Carlini. The right tempo. You see it doesn't go very high above the net. She puts her hitter, Demi Morales, in a great spot, and then putting her hands in just the right spot. What you want to do as a blocker is get in front of the power shot. Perfectly executed by Carlini against Ariel Scott, who's been very effective for Penn State. Only her second error tonight. Another nicely located set. That's what Morales needs at 5-7.
Terrific D, setting it up for Morales. Wisconsin has rattled off 6 in a row, trying to stay alive here in the third.
Things can happen. Both teams much more solid on offense in sets 1 and 2. But service pressure, that's the kind of serve that Wisconsin wants to have and creates the scoring opportunity.
They continue to serve it at Megan Courtney. They've scored the last 6 points. Scott with the tip. Carlini looking for Morales. Dug up. Point Badgers.
Kelly Sheffield really praising his team's fight right now, guys. And remember, when he came to Wisconsin, that was one of the questions about this team, whether or not they could fight when they were down with their backs against the wall. That was the big amount of praise in the timeout that just followed.
Well, obviously, Russ Rose concerned. A quick timeout to chat with the Nittany Lions. Badgers showing some fight here in the third. They lead it 16-12. They need to win the set to extend the match. And this week's installment of Monday Night Football is in San Francisco. It's the Falcons and the 49ers. Coverage begins with Monday Night Countdown at 6:30. Then it's Atlanta. The Falcons and the 49ers Monday at 8:25 Eastern on ESPN and also live on the Watch ESPN app. Of course, they got a big showdown here in Seattle as well. The Seahawks can clinch the home field for the playoffs tomorrow. Former Wisconsin quarterback Russell Wilson been following the action this weekend. Morales long as Courtney, did not get out of the way. Point Badgers.
Morales with yet another kill, and Courtney lined it up well. You could see it doesn't have much spin, but it got her hair on the way out of bounds. Hair counts as a touch.
Hit the ponytail. 8-0 run, the largest lead of the night for Wisconsin, and Slay responds. Point Penn State.
Interesting how Coach Rose didn't want the wheels to fall off, didn't want to get it out of hand, so called 2 straight timeouts. One of them, he actually circled up his starters, separated them to have a talk.
Morales with another curl, able to push it through the block.
What a smart play by Morales. Instead of trying to hammer it and get stuffed, just taps it through.
Just 5'7", the shortest hitter in the Big Ten. She says, I am prepared every night to be a target. And the service error said, I know teams are coming after me. I know I'm not going to be able to hit over the top of folks, but I've got to be creative in how I use those blockers to get my kills.
And she is. She's doing a really nice job now, but having trouble serving the ball over the net. That one hitting her own player in the back of the head.
Courtney, solo. Point Penn State. Penn State took the opening set, and then Wisconsin had a set point in the second. 2 late service errors cost them. They are up 3 here in the third, and now it is Wisconsin taking the timeout. Both coaches, Karch, quick to try and stop the opposition from getting any momentum.
And I think they're doing a nice job. This is such a critical third set that Penn State didn't want it to get out of hand. And now, of course, Coach Kelly Sheffield of Wisconsin wants to maintain that lead if he can and maybe have a little cushion in case his team misses another serve at set point. They might still have a chance.
Our match headlines. First time it's an all Big Ten championship. Wisconsin, the lowest seed to ever get this far in the tournament. They were swept on a couple of occasions during the regular season by this Penn State team that is looking for its record-tying 6th NCAA title. Stanford holds the record. Well, NCAA championship coverage continuing with the FCS championship football game on Saturday, January 4th at 2 o'clock Eastern on ESPN2. For more info on the NCAA FCS championship, visit NCAA.com, your home for all 89 NCAA championships.
Well, talking to Dominique Thompson was Kelly Sheffield saying that if she's going to run that slide, that she's not in a gap, that she can remember she has to tip right over the block because she is facing a very physical block right now. So the challenge is to get really creative if you're a hitter for Wisconsin and you're facing a big block.
Yeah, Thompson not much taller than Morales, just 5'11". She leads them in kills, and here she goes again.
Well, you sure got to like how Wisconsin goes right back to that, the confidence that they show, even though the previous swing behind got stuffed.
They were real frank with us talking to them this week. They said, we really didn't think that this was possible at the beginning of the year. And then they started to buy in, win by win, and they brought what Kelly Sheffield was serving up. Hey, not only can we be good, we can be great. As Scott gets the kill.
Ariel Scott with her 15th kill. Remember, an effective hitter, especially at the sidelines. Anything above 300 is a nice effort. She's hitting .406 right now. That's the go-to player for Penn State down the stretch. She's been so effective.
She's been getting more of the swings with McClendon struggling. They, again, are able to use the block for the kill. Carlini continues to set it to that side, and it's working.
And you don't want to get too tricky at this point. You find what's working, and you stick with it. Penn State has found what works, and that is Ariel Scott. Wisconsin found what works, and that's setting behind, running the slide.
Carlini. And the block by Courtney. That time Megan held the line.
Yep, that's not the slide attack. That's where Wisconsin has struggled a little more. The opposite, Courtney Thomas hitting right into that strong left hand of Megan Courtney's, who now checks out of the game. Penn State trying to upgrade their serve pressure on the Wisconsin passers.
It's Kendall Pierce back in. Slay has also rotated out.
And that's the difference. The middle hitters, the middle attackers for Wisconsin, very effective on that slide approach, the one-footed approach. Less effective off 2 feet from number 3, Courtney Thomas, the opposite.
Haley Nelson got that kill. Chapman with the serve. Wisconsin 4 points away from the set. Hancock, Grant. They'll try a slide of their own for the point.
Certainly returning the favor. Of course, somebody who's been so effective on the block, Katie Slay, now checking into the match. At times, she's been focused on that slide attack behind the Wisconsin setter, Carlini. Let's see where Slay goes.
Hickey, the pass to Carlini. Right. Slay will set McClendon. Carlini looks to Morales. Thomas sets it up for Nelson in the kill.
What presence of mind for Nelson to realize that an opposing middle is playing defense in that area. That's something that is really good to be aware of, because if you need an outlet, if you don't get the connection, you drop it in front, and most middles can't pick that up when they're defending in the backcourt.
Hancock looks to McClendon, and she's rejected. Badgers out blocking Penn State tonight.
Watch McClendon drag it down into the 5'7" blocker. You got to make that ball clear the net by more than a few inches.
Final timeout for Penn State. Wisconsin 2 points from the set.
And this is what Coach Sheffield for Wisconsin hoped would happen in the last set. If they can just get the belief, prove to themselves that they're capable of taking one set off of this Big Ten winning team, only one loss through a very tough season.
And as we fight for the Division I National Championship here tonight in Seattle, congratulations to Concordia St. Paul. The Golden Bears winning their 7th consecutive Division II championship. And in Division III, Calvin College in Grand Rapids, Michigan, winning for the 2nd time in 4 years. Congratulations to Concordia and Calvin as well. And boy, it's a heck of a year for Midwestern volleyball. They're going to take all 3 national championships at the 3 different levels, as a Big Ten school is guaranteed to win here in Division I. Beth Mullins, Karch Kiran, Maria Taylor with you tonight in Seattle. Penn State looking for a 6th national championship. It would be the first for Wisconsin in their 2nd trip to the finals.
And the key for the Wisconsin Badgers is just hit your normal serve. Don't try to do anything different. The last set, when they were up and trying to close it out, they tried to do too much, missed, and forced or caused 2 costly errors.
It will be the libero, Anne-Marie Hickey, behind the line. And continue to pick on Courtney. Slay popped up. Hickey bumps it out to Morales. Chance for Penn State in transition. Again, they go to Slay. Thompson sent it back. Somehow McClendon got it over. Here's Morales. Wide. No touch. Point Penn State.
And Penn State in a nice rotation. They've got Hancock at the line and their best offensive weapon at the pins at the sidelines. Ariel Scott checking back in.
Carlini. The back set. They go to the slide, and Thompson kept up by Penn State. Here's McClendon. Can't get much on it. Carlini, the quick to Thompson, and they got it. Set point Badgers.
This is what Wisconsin likes to do in transition. Have that quick hitter run 10, 15 feet away to space. Misconnect, but scores the point. Set point, 24 for Wisconsin.
Hancock looks to Slay, got the tips. So now it'll be set point on serve receive for Wisconsin. McClendon will rotate out, and it's Prieto Saramian.
And if you're Penn State, your blockers are looking for it to go behind Lauren Carlini on the one-footed slide.
And the service error gives the set to Wisconsin. And for the first time in 3 matches this season, they take a set from the Nittany Lions and they stay alive in the championship match.